Hi Aquarius, my name is Linda. Thanks for tuning in. If you're an Aquarius Sun or Aquarius Ascendant Rising, this reading's for you. Or if you are watching this reading because the person you're dealing with is an Aquarius, then you might also find messages here that are relevant for your situation. So keep in mind it's a general reading and not all the messages will be for you. Also keep in mind that sometimes the roles can be reversed in the reading. So place yourself correctly in order to get the most out of this reading. So what we have here is where you are now, the challenges you face, the resources you can use. All right. Here is what are the hidden forces, what you cannot see, and this is the potential outcome. Okay, and now from the runes, we're going to take one for what is the spiritual lesson here in your reading. Which one? This one. All right. Okay, so what I'm seeing here in this energy is that currently you're kind of at a new phase, a sort of a new energy in your field. With the Page of Pentacles, you could be having it could be something that you are just starting now or have already had the idea for but haven't yet begun. But I feel like there's this energy of something new that is taking your time and energy, a new idea that you're in the physical world starting to implement. This could be a new course of study that you're undertaking. It could be a new job or a new project. I don't feel like this is a relationship reading, but it could be relevant in that way. Just take it as it comes. But because we have the Pentacles here and the Empress, I feel like this energy is more about either a work project or a new job or some kind of study that you're beginning. Now, Empress is in the position of your reading, giving us insight about what the challenge is here that you're facing. So how I'm seeing this is that it could be there's a couple of different things coming through with that. One is that you may could be a financial thing, like maybe what you, how do I say that? I'll come back to that because I haven't fully got a clear formed thought around it. So I'll move to a different area. So the Empress in the position of what challenges you it feels like it could be something to do with like your feminine energy, your earthy feminine energy somehow is being challenged by this new experience or this new project that you're about to undertake. You might be feeling a little challenged creatively with it, also from the Empress. The Empress represents Venus energy. It also represents creativity. It represents fertility. It's also very earthy energy as well. It's Gaia energy. It's the divine feminine. So all of those things are somehow playing into this situation as being challenging for you. So take that as it fits for you. There's also an element here of sensuality and sexuality. So maybe that it's coming up here as your challenge because those are the things that you're wanting to express and embody through your new project. And maybe it's just like if it's something new for you that you haven't done before in that way, that could be bringing up some issues for you or some challenging feelings. The Empress could also represent the mother here. So somehow that could also be playing into your reading in that maybe your mother, or if there's a female role model or mentor that's in your energy, somehow that could be bringing up some challenges for you in whatever it is here that you're starting out with. Now, the Chariot is here in your reading in the position of what are the resources that you can use. Now, the Chariot for me is about having a focus or a single pointed direction and being really clear and present about that and moving on that trajectory with a determination, with discipline, with willpower. I see the Chariot is very connected to the solar plexus. So there's an element of discipline and focus and determination, enthusiasm, control in a way, like controlling your energy and pointing it all in the same direction so that there's no distractions or there's no interruptions to you moving forward with this direction that you're taking. So those are important energies to tune into and make sure that you're channeling forward here. There's also, with the Chariot, there's momentum. So like I was saying before, if it might not be a brand new project that you're actually starting on, in that it's not necessarily a brand new idea, but perhaps there's an energy here of you feeling like you're still at the beginning of it, or maybe you're starting a new section of it or a new part of it, a new phase of it. And the Chariot is advising here to use the momentum that you've already been collecting along the way as you've been, you know, brainstorming, or if you've actually been already physically and starting your project, or making actions on your decisions and your choices to do this project, or to start this investment if it's an investment. So using momentum to move forward and building up on what you've already begun is sort of the message of the Chariot here. Now, Ten of Swords is here in your reading in the position of what are the hidden forces, what you cannot see. That's interesting because obviously the Ten of Swords is a very clear message that something is ending or finishing, and that there's a kind of closure or a cycle, you know, closing out. So for some of you, it could be that the energy of the Page of Pentacles here is indicating that there, like I said, that it might not be a brand new project or relationship or investment or job or career, whatever it is, but it could be that you're starting a new phase of it. And the Ten of Swords here could be saying that it's time to close out a previous experience or a previous expression or a previous way of being, and move forward in this new part of the cycle with a different kind of enthusiasm. Maybe it's about this divine feminine energy being given more chance to be expressed. And maybe you've been expressing through a more masculine energy previously. With the Ten of Swords here as well, it's also giving this energy of you needing to learn from your mistakes perhaps, and move forward here, building upon what you've already learned by not repeating the same mistakes. And maybe doing things a little differently, but still using the energy of the Chariot with the momentum that you've already started to collect by working on this project or working on this, whatever the Page of Pentacles represents in your life. And stop maybe, I think I feel like the Ten of Swords in this energy is talking about making sure that you don't keep doing things the way that you were doing if you've already had a clear sign from the universe that that's not working. Right? Build upon the energy of the enthusiasm of moving forward with what it is you're working on, but make sure to be clear in your mind and in your physical actions to stop doing things a certain way if you've already been shown clearly by the universe that that doesn't work and that's not what's for you and that's not the way to continue to move forward. So it's about leaving things behind that are not part of the journey anymore, that don't need to be brought forward into this new phase or this new chapter or this new era of something that has already been building energy already. Now, Two of Wands is coming out here in the reading in the position of what is the potential outcome. And the way I'm seeing it in this reading is that this is a kind of fork in the road moment. And that kind of ties in with all the other stuff I've been talking about here. It's like you have a moment here where you need to decide how you're going to move forward, or be clear in your energy of taking the path ahead with the new energy that you've been offered by the universe, or that's showing up for you, and clearly closing the door on the things that haven't been working, or the modus operandi that has been your previous expression but that you've been shown clearly by the universe is not really the right way for you in the next phase of what you're working on. Because with this Two of Wands, in this deck it's called Purity. Let's get it to focus. There we go. So Purity, Two of Wands. So how I'm seeing this is that it's like left and right, take the new direction that you're being offered and close the door on the old one. And in doing that, you need to purify and cleanse and let go of, release and resolve the ways that things have been working out in the past, and just clearly decide to do things in the new way that you're being shown and taught here, with the people that are showing up, or with the opportunities that are showing up in this new phase, this new cycle that you're in. Now the rune here you have is called, it's called Raido. It's in the reverse position. Raido is about traveling, which is interesting because you have the Chariot card here as well, which is also about movement and traveling, a journey. But I don't feel like this is actually describing physical travel. This is more energetic. This is more of a metaphor here in your reading. So what I feel like this is saying, and this rune is feeling to me like it's connecting to the Ten of Swords and the Chariot, in that it's about a disruption of your energy. Like there's been some kind of direction that you were taking previously, which has now been interrupted or disrupted. It doesn't mean to say that the event or the project or the situation is over, but a part of it is over. There's some kind of energy of closure on some part of it, whether that's your attitude towards it, or the way you've been operating within it, or people involved in it perhaps. Maybe the Empress here in this part of the reading is saying that that's the energy of something that needs to be left behind. It could be a particular person that you've been working with, maybe. It could also be that there is some kind of change in the status of this thing, whatever it is we're talking about here. But some kind of disruption that you've experienced is causing a closure or an ending to some part of what you've been doing. But the message here is to continue using the momentum that's already been building to push forward into the next phase of this event, project, career, study, whatever it is, what we're talking about, different for everyone. And continue to work with adaptability, I would say, inspiration, creativity, feminine energy, compassion, healing energy as well with the Empress, and make a clear choice to move forward with the new tools that you're being offered, or that you're being shown, or that you're being taught, and leave behind the old ways of doing things that weren't working, and really close the door on that. And don't be tempted to go back to it, even if the way you're being shown to move forward is really challenging and difficult. You just need to understand that in time, things will become a little bit more, like you'll become adapted to the new energy, you'll become adapted to the new process, you'll become adapted to the new modus operandi, you'll become adapted to the new learning and the new skills, and it won't feel as difficult. But it's really important that you're not tempted to go back to the old ways when you've already been clearly shown that phase is over, or that style is over, or that method is over for you. Okay, Aquarius, I hope this is making sense. I feel like I've given most of the energy that's here. I'm just checking to see if there's nothing else that I need to pass on. You will find a new rhythm. You may feel a little off kilter right now with this kind of disruption that you've experienced. But it's a really important phase in what is unfolding here, because there's something about having to have gone through that, so that it becomes very clear that that's actually not for you. And that's why you're in this place here with the Two of Wands, where it's a clear left and right, yes and no, go or stay kind of option that's in front of you. And you already know clearly which way to go. But universe is just showing here, like, this way, or this option is clearly closing out and it's over. And it's important for you to keep moving forward with the momentum that's been built. But understand that this phase is over. And don't go back to it. Don't be tempted to open that door again and go back to it, because what the new thing is that's shown up for you maybe feels more difficult. This wasn't working. That's very clear in this reading. Whatever you've been doing, or whatever a method you've been using, or a practice you've been doing, or whatever it is, hasn't been working. And it's clearly important here for you to acknowledge that and accept it, and move forward with a new openness to learn something new, or to start a new phase or a new genre or a new practice or a new method or a new activity that will help you continue building on what you've already begun, but with a different frequency, so that gives you a better chance of actually evolving what it is you're doing into become something that is really going to work. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching, Aquarius. It's been an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.